Right, live we are, and I'm not entirely sure what my resolution or indeed my quality is going to be like because I'm having one or two technical issues with my internet. Shock, horror, yawn, surprise. But no, it's more a case of signal in this room, and I've got a booster and everything, and I'm all kind of teched up, so it should be working. But hey, we'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can get it working. Hello there, everybody. Welcome along. If you are watching this almost instantaneously, it's because we've got the notifications turned on and you're a subscriber. And for that, I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for subscribing and joining along. I appreciate that there's going to be a number of people that are usual viewers to this channel or to this show who won't be watching because at this point, it's going to be 10 o'clock in California, in San Diego. In other words, they're going to be inside the convention center. They're going to be having a blast in the San Diego Comic-Con Special Edition. That we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk a little bit about Wales Comic-Con as well. Some bits and pieces I want to cover now that the dust has settled over the course of last weekend. Sorry. What else? Some news that's come up regarding the change of venue, change of locale for Lakes Festival, which could prove very interesting indeed. So looking forward to talking about that. And of course, anything else you want to get into, it's all about you. It's all about your show. So if there's anything you want to talk about, do let us know. Yeah, Leandy, I don't think many people will be here. Lol. Yeah, I agree. I understand. But we'll see how it goes. Into the Blue Mister. Evening, folks. 2 t-shirts, a jumper, and a dressing gown. And I'm still cold. Yes, I appreciate that. It's absolutely freezing here in the UK. The snow dropped on a dime today. It just came out of nowhere. But the fires are on. It's a nice, relaxed evening. We're getting close to the festive season. And it's looking like it's going to shape up to be a hell of a thing. So, yes, welcome along. I think because we're going to have some live reports and they're going to kind of drop in longer or beyond the half-an-hour point, I don't think we're going to make this a purely Patreon show because I want as many people as possible to see the floor as we know it of San Diego Comic-Con Special Edition. I think this is going to be quite the show, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can expect out of this show. Hopefully, we've got a couple of people who are going to be joining us, giving us a live report. Looking forward to this one. Where are we at? Oh, I think I want to be doing this, don't I? There we go, like that. Hello there, everybody, and straighten the cap out as well. Good grief, I'm all over the place. Right, we're going to dive straight into this because it is San Diego Comic-Con Special Edition, and I don't want to hold up too many people who are going to be bringing us a live report, which means I'm going to go straight into this. Welcome along to Talkin Con, a cup of tea with an Englishman in San Diego. Thank you very much for joining us. We have Chuck Cook right there on my screen. I'm going to expand him so you can see him. You know, you were talking about whether you're going to have strong internet connection. It looks a damn sight stronger than mine. So you're looking good, sir. You're looking good. And you're sounding great as well. Chuck, it's a pleasure to see you, man.
Good to see you. It's I'm sorry not to see you here. I know you've got lovely snow this morning. I was watching Caroline walking through the snowflakes.
Yeah.
We have sunny, beautiful blue sky, and it's going to be 61 degrees all day. So it's just absurdly gorgeous for the last day of the con.
I'm not jealous at all. No, no.
Well, we will keep this place warm for you, sir, when you are ready to return.
Something tells me from the messages I've been getting, the second I land, either yourself and me and Gil Cabrera, we're going to be hitting a bar. We're just going to have a pint to catch up. I think that's the plan.
Yes, I love this plan. I'm proud to be a part of it. I am standing in the gas lamp in front of Tin Fish, in front of the La Brea thing. I'm actually not. I don't know how to steer this, so I don't know how to reverse my camera on this sucker.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's similar to how you use your. Well, I think you have to get into settings and select the camera. But you know what? I think we're okay with what we can see. I mean,
I did that and I logged myself out.
Yeah.
But
well, let's have a look.
Spin this around.
Right.
So
this La Brea thing, I've never heard of it. I don't know what this show is.
My understanding, and to be brutally honest, I don't watch much television these days, so I only kind of peripherally am aware of what the show is about. But it's like apparently, a fault opens in near the La Brea tar pits around LA, and it transports you back in time if you happen to fall in. And now you know everything that I know about this show.
The Land Before Time, the HBO version. Okay, right. Fair enough.
It is NBC actually. This is
right.
They've shut down the drive in front of the convention center, so there's no waiting for the crossing lights. You can just walk right across. And I sure hope the heck if they did this for this little smaller, lighter version of the con, then I'm looking forward to them doing that for the full-blown version in July, because you don't have to wait. You just walk right on over.
Right then. So let's actually talk about this then. Let's dive straight into this, because let's talk about what Special Edition promised and what it's delivered. Because they've reduced the numbers. From what I've been hearing, it's about a third. Is that how it feels to you?
That sounds about right. I mean, to me, this feels like some of the smaller regional Texas cons that I've been to. Wow. I've been describing this as large WonderCon. And they've basically taken a WonderCon sized con and put it into almost the full convention center floor. Hall H is all intake. That's where they're distributing badges.
Right. They basically moved the stuff that was up in sales into H, yeah?
Correct. And sales is astonishingly empty right now too, because there's a reduced number of. Yeah, no, everything is bizarre if you're used to it. I had a video the other day when I was doing my volunteer stint in Hall H, which is empty and cavernous. And somebody said it's like looking at the Matrix code, because you're not used to seeing this place. Like there's nothing in it hardly.
Wow.
And one thing that I've been really happy about, and I'm probably going to be a little bit more muffled in a second, there has been exceedingly good mask compliance on the con floor, to the extent that I walked from one end to the other last night and made a video, and I spotted like one single person who took their mask off for a photo, and that was it. So that makes me happy, because hopefully this is not Plague Con like it certainly has the potential to be.
Yeah.
But it's not a whole lot of big names, although there is a across the street in the park across the street from the convention center, there is what the heck is John Cena's show, Peacemaker.
The Peacemaker thing from James
Gunn.
There's
like a Peacemaker obstacle
course. Quite the presence.
Say that again?
It's got quite the presence, yeah.
Yeah, and John Cena showed up for the masquerade in full costume last night, and then went across the street to to the Peacemaker activity, and thanked all of the fans and thanked the people who were manning the booth and everything. Just a class act all around.
That sounds to me like, because I mean, we were talking about the special guests, and it seemed like a very pared back special guest list.
Yeah.
But it seems like the studios or some James Gunn and Peacemaker, I think they've just gone, you know what, we can just sneak in under the radar here.
Oh, I tell you what,
and make a big splash.
We were talking about that last night. It's like any celebrity who wanted to just kind of show up would make a big splash, because they would be the big fish in the very small pool. We saw Brent Spiner's talk on his new book on Friday. Brent was his normal hilarious self, but he was only here for Friday, and he actually talked about how he did a book signing here, but it's been very, very hard for him to schedule book signings during the pandemic. So it's like, they're trying, but it's not a thing that a lot of places even want to get involved with, probably because of liability issues.
Okay.
So
when it comes to the content inside the building, because we kind of had a couple of messages, and you've been really impressed with what they have represented on the floor.
I think so. Yeah, everything that the old timers complain about, Comic-Con used to be like this. That's how it is. It is almost entirely comics and artists and things. There's a few special stuff, like there's the Namco Gundam booth here with giant robots. That's one of the few things on the floor that has a line to get in and spend absurd amounts of money on plastic models. But other than that, there are actual comic books and small artists. I mean, Artist Alley is big and easy to walk around in, and is fantastic. And we've got Toby with actually.
Indeed, I've got him on mute so I can listen to you. But I mean, he's currently doing the floor at the moment. So let's bring him in so we can see him and hear him.
Fantastic.
Hello there, Toby. Oh no, Toby's there. He goes.
Hey guys, how you doing?
How you doing, dude?
Doing good.
So we are okay. Chuck is now putting on his mask because
you got to have that before you go in the building.
Yeah, well, no, because Toby's in the stream, because I should wear mine now.
Oh, there you go. So I'm currently in the 600, 500 area right now. Off that way is the Funko, like down that corner. If I can raise my hand up,
because that's down where the games used to be, isn't it?
Yeah,
down there.
Yeah, down where Blizzard used to be and all that mess. Pretty much the only thing in that corner right now has been Funko. Off in that corner, way in the far in the back there, is the con merch area. And
just out of curiosity, it's 10 o'clock. Well, yeah, 10 past 10 now. What time did the doors open?
9 o'clock. About an hour ago.
This is an hour in.
Yeah, this is an hour in.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty sparse if you are used to the full con.
Wow.
Yeah, this is Con Light. I had a friend of mine who went to Tucson Con or Phoenix Con or something like that, and they said that this was bigger than Tucson or Phoenix Con.
Though today might be a different.
Sorry, we've just seen Aaron Neighbours. Hello, Aaron. Oh yeah, it's great. It's good to see my friends again. This is great. This is the best bit. Oh, but this is really impressive. Right, Ashley, the pair of you, maybe you can confirm on this one, because I've been reading a lot of people who are exhibiting in the Artist Alley, and there's a bunch of first timers. And
yes.
Usually to get on the floor in San Diego to table, there's this mammoth waiting list. Has this been the opportunity to showcase some new faces?
Yeah. It's from what I've seen, there's been a lot of new things here that you would never normally see. Basically, the people that could try to go to the regular show that haven't been able to, because obviously it's big and huge and everybody's gotten in, have now been able to get in and go, hey, we're here. I've made the big show,
Yeah.
And so at the same time, though, we have a lot of people here. I mean, look at that. That's those are some vendors here that decided not to show.
Right.
So we've got a number of those.
It's an hour in. They might show up in a bit. Okay. That's a disappointment.
Well, some of these were empty before, like yesterday and the day before. So, but
I mean,
yeah.
I think, Chuck, whereabouts are you? Just give us a number.
So I am by the Hall C entrance right there. And so as you walk in, we have the count the number of nano blocks in this sucker to
that thing is insane.
Right? I may do the math, I may not. It hurts my head.
And they won't tell you if it's hollow or not.
Yeah. And then this is the Bandai Namco Gundam booth, and it's the only thing, almost the only thing around that has a line, and the line really isn't that bad.
Actually, I'll correct you on that one, because I did see the tweet from earlier from the unofficial blog. The Kevin Eastman signing booth has had quite the line. So
that's true.
Popular lad. What can you do? But
okay,
wow.
I'm under the 900 sign right here, and look at this space.
I'm just gonna say, is this where you bump into each other? Look
at and seriously, from the space perspective, have you ever seen the hallway look like this?
I think you are in fact looking at each other right now. I genuinely think you're looking at each other. Anyway, it's impressive. Right, so let's talk about the content then. I mean, has the quality been suitably high? Where's it been for that? I mean, considering it's Thanksgiving, there's a lot of artists that will want to stay at home. They'll want to stay with their families. How's the quality content been?
Pretty good. As far as the size of this con's going, I've been very satisfied with this.
Our good friends, Scout Comics, yeah, good guys.
I've liked the content that I've seen quite a bit. There are actual, as I posted on Twitter, there are actual comics here, and like Funko Pops. Like my youngest son, who's here with us, described them as kind of like littering the con, which is like certainly not unique to SDCC anymore. But the size and the ease of walking around in Artist Alley, I thought was really, really cool. I'm actually going to head that way.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a comment here from Solicitor's Meg. This might be true. Let's be real. Most people bought tickets to get into San Diego Comic-Con 23 Open Reg, and actually going to SDCC's special event was a second thought. But from what I'm seeing and from the reports I'm hearing, the people who are attending are making every effort of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They are living this full on. They're going into it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean, for those of us that didn't go, I can understand that perception. But from what I'm seeing, wow! I mean, I'm blown away.
We actually had a nice big. Go ahead, Chuck.
Here's our friend Tony at the Hero Within booth.
Hello there, Tony. How you doing, Squire?
We can. So we're live on Leonard Sultana's show. How has the con been for you? Have you done fairly well?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been great. After a long 18 months, 2 years now, we didn't know what to expect, but Comic-Con's been great. This has been a great show for us. Fans have been really responsive, and we couldn't be more happier. So we're grateful to be back.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
You're looking good, man. You're looking good, man.
All right, good to see you, Leonard. Miss you.
Yeah, let him get back to selling his stuff. Yeah, I mean, let's get some questions from the audience. We've got one or two people who are talking about what's the showing at Artist Alley like? Are there many artists there?
Chuck, I believe you're closer to there than I am.
I am, although I am walking around without my glasses on. I did, in passing, want to mention that while there's a small amount of people who are in costume, the number of cosplayers in proportion to the the number that you would normally see at a con is actually fairly light.
Got it.
You know, there are a few, but I think because it's a fairly small event and you know, proportionally to the main con, and because it is a holiday weekend, I think a lot of people were just like, I'm not going to go through the trouble to make this happen. But this is Artist Alley.
See if
And we actually went through the other day and did a lot of shopping and photographing of things that beautiful that we wanted to see whether we'd come back today and want to buy.
Very quickly, Toby, what's this we're looking at now? Toby,
this is this thing called Demon Slayer. Some Japanese Figuarts Zero thing.
Okay.
I think they're selling anime type stuff here.
I think we've just lost Chuck. I'll message him and let him know that he's around.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I'm blown away. I mean, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Is he back in? Yeah, he's back in. You're back.
Sorry, it's disturbingly easy to like screw up and lose the camera on this thing, I think.
Don't worry about it. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I mean, let's ask you this question. This is from Into the Blue Mister. See if you can answer this. Are regular artists that are staple to the con there? People like Alex Ross, Pinklevich, Vignola, Stout, Darrow. Are the usual names there? Or...
I want to say Sinkovich is here. Yes. I don't know. I know he had a panel here today, yesterday. As for the others, maybe Ross. I'm not sure about the other three.
Here, but I haven't seen him, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah.
It's very possible he's looked at the reduced numbers, seen the lack of money coming through the door and going, but nah, it's not worth rolling out of bed, man.
One thing that I thought was cool, and at least for me, because I'm a fan, but when as you walk in from the cavernous entryway back there, one of the very first booths that you see is Sam Maggs's booth.
Yeah. Excellent stuff.
That's Kat, and she's wonderful, but she is not Sam.
That's cool.
Sam yesterday.
That's cool.
I think we saw some.
Here's the Carnival Astounding Art.
There should be a way I can just put it straight up there. No, it's okay. We're all good. We're all good. It's looking amazing.
Cardboard superheroes are out full in force. These are guys that are promoting their stuff over at the museum.
Right. Yes. Have you guys been up to that yet?
Not this weekend. I have not. I've been there, but not this weekend.
Gotcha.
That is, in fact, what we're going to do this afternoon. Once we've seen the panels that we want to see this morning, we're going to head for the Comic-Con Museum probably around 5.
Well, let's ask that question because it kind of reflects on the rest of the weekend as well. Your content for this weekend, for today, for Sunday, is it strong enough for a Sunday? What have you got lined up? What are you looking for?
So truthfully, today is actually a little stronger than yesterday for me personally. But I would have, if we had gotten here early and I wasn't doing this shenanigans, I might have gone to the oh rats! Now my brain has fallen out of my head. There was. Now I need like the schedule to grab to look at. There was a tribute to Grant Imahara, and I kind of was like torn between I love the guy, but do I want to start my day by feeling sad? But there was this is Lee Cozy's booth, who does stuff for Star Wars, and he, in fact, he's one of my Pokemon buddies.
Great art. Yeah,
like
that's great.
Spectacular art.
Aspen Comics.
Oh, Aspen. Okay.
Yep, they're here on a regular basis.
I'm just going to say which publishers have rocked up. So we've had Aspen, we've had Scout. I know Aftershock have got a table or two. Because it's all the indies, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of.
You love this, Leonard.
Oh, hello, my man. It's Stitch. Oh, we've lost Chuck again. It's okay. So yeah, who else? IDW, Dark Horse.
Dark Horse is not here. IDW. I have not seen their booth. This is probably the closest. Like they got Bob's Burgers there and the Toddland stuff. You're into that. That's the closest thing to the Fox.
I'm stunned IDW aren't there. It's home turf. I'm stunned
Yeah.
they're not there.
Yeah. Kristen's here with me. Well, she's in the other part of the store, but she's a big one that goes around and hits all the press things. And the there's only like maybe less than a handful of press guys here, like small time press. Like we have a local guy here that Mysterious Galaxies that did the sponsoring for the Brent Spiner signing on Friday. They've got a booth here, and there's like maybe one or two else. And that's it.
Cool. Yeah, Chuck keeps dropping out. I think he's pressing buttons and stuff. But can I just say, he's at the Chris Samney booth at the moment. Chris Samney is the creator of two of the finest characters ever in Stitch and Toothless, and he's my idol. But there you go. I love Chris Samney. There we go. It's looking amazing. I mean, I think what we'll do is we'll give it another couple of minutes, and then I'm going to let you get off, guys.
Okay. There's the Kevin Eastman mess right there. Yeah, Kevin Eastman's doing, I think, a signing right there.
He's doing signing today, yeah.
Yeah. For you Turtle fans out there.
Yeah. Chuck, I was just saying, what we'll do is we'll give it a couple more minutes. I want to let you get off. I want to let you enjoy the con. So tell you what, we'll just sum it all up. We'll go pros and cons. Stuff that hasn't quite worked. Let's go with that. I mean, just off the top of your head, just a couple of ideas. Things that haven't quite hit the landing.
Honestly, I think it's more logistics than anything else. Like one of the things that I found a little bit absurd on Friday, there was both a vaccine or test validation station by D and also by Hall H. By yesterday, they had taken the one at D and turned it into this is for exhibitors only, except there was no line. So it just consisted of the guy standing in the booth saying, this is for exhibitors only. It's like, well, that's useless, you know? So they're just like a few inevitable, we've never done this way before, missteps.
I'll take it. So this is an experiment at the end of the day.
But truthfully, I think if you came in here taking this for what it is, I don't think you would be disappointed. I've been completely happy, and you know, it's odd looking around and seeing this much space and this few people relative to the huge con floor, but it's a lot of fun. You have a chance to talk to people without being a jackass and blocking the hallway. So I've really had a lot of fun. I mean, Phaedra said basically she wishes that they would do this at Thanksgiving every year now, in addition to the regular con.
Don't say that that's not going to happen. I really think this could be the start of a regular thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
Good to see you, sir.
Chuck, look after yourself, man. Take care. Enjoy it, man.
I look forward to seeing you.
See you in July, dude. We'll let him go. Toby, it's a pleasure to see you as well. I mean, for yourself, I mean, I saw a tweet about the way that it was managed for the testing and for the entrance, and that they really would have liked maybe the personnel swaps so people could get tested quicker and people could get in faster. And
well, I honestly, the whole process that I've experienced thus far, with regards to getting tickets and getting the wristband for the COVID vaccination proof and all that mess, has been very, very smooth. I have not had one complaint, and there are a number of people I've talked to that have asked about that, and if they had any issues, they had none. everything it's been smooth. And it's like I take a business statement here. It's like they've looked at all the lessons learned over the past few years and started applying them, and they've hit it spot on for the most part.
This is great news. This is great news.
You know, they've changed the place where you buy the con merch on the website. The member ID section might not look it from a standpoint from a face type, but if you know anything about the back end of it, from what I understand, they changed the whole back end of it so it matches all up with the rest of the site, so that it all works better. It's a lot more, from what I understand. They actually got a database guy here that knew his stuff and fixed things. So, you know, things like that.
I mean, I think we'll let you go. I'll ask one more question and I'll let you get off. Okay.
Sure.
Because certainly when I've attended 3 big cons now, or mid-sized con and 2 big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Bubble I went to in Harrogate, and I didn't feel anxious. Maybe it was because I'd attended a smaller one a couple of weeks earlier, but everyone was double jabbed. Everyone was wearing the mask. The anxiety wasn't as strong. Then I went to Wales Comic Con. We're going to talk about that in a minute. My anxiety was through the roof. How are you feeling on the floor in this event?
Not as claustrophobic as I would, you know, not that it bothers me too much, even during a normal con. I actually relish it. I enjoy that feeling because it's a rush.
Yeah, same.
But for at least for me anyway. But I want to say that somebody with an anxiety problem being around people would not trigger off up in here.
Excellent.
No, there are little pockets of people, like you saw the Englishman thing in there. There's, you know, places where you can take the pictures over for the cosplayers. Yeah, they might congregate, but they're easy to avoid. I mean, look at that. That's empty. That should not trigger anybody.
That's how preview night was the first year I went.
Yeah. Yeah, back in 2008, I did preview night for the first time, and it was like this. The whole con has been like this for this weekend. So
it's looking cool. I wish I was there. It looks like so much fun, and from what I'm hearing as well, like I say, I mean, maybe the big names haven't showed up, but it's been really a chance for the spotlight to be on the indies and the small press and the first timers, and that's never a bad thing. That's awesome. That's awesome.
This would be a good con for the newbie con, or the newbie con, Virgin Con goer. This was a good con for them.
If we want to break a cherry, this is the way to do it.
Yes, exactly. As a matter of fact, I know somebody who's in there, and the girl's been bouncing up and down, bouncing like, oh, happy day. I'm like, it's the funniest thing. I mean, we went to the masquerade ball last night, and
I've heard that was amazing. I've heard that was amazing.
John Cena showed up out of the blue, grabbed the normal, not the guy who does the MCs during the introduction to all the contestants, but the guy who does the opener. He came out there and did his announcement, and all of a sudden he was really ready to bring out the MC mistress for the evening, and then he got yanked off the stage by Cena and his group and started doing his thing.
Oh my God.
I live streamed it on my Facebook page last night, and we were just freaking out. People were like, "Oh my God, it's John Cena!" He was in there promoting his Peacemaker stuff on HBO Max. So
yeah, I mean, it's like I was saying to Chuck. I mean, I think this is because of the reduced special guest list. It's allowed some properties to come in and just sneak in under the radar. And just jump in. I think that's really, really cool. Listen, I'm going to let you get off. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of today. You've been so generous with your time. It's been fantastic to see the floor. Both you and Chuck have done us a great service there. Thank you so much indeed.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Toby, I'll see you in July, sir.
You better be here, bud.
Damn right. Damn right. Dude, go off. Play. Enjoy it.
Give Kelly a hug for me, and I'll see you guys later.
Excellent stuff. Toby, look after yourself, dude.
Yep, you too.
Okay. How rad does that look? That looks amazing. So thank you very much indeed for Toby. Thank you very much indeed to Chuck for jumping in. Like I say, the guys are going to be wandering the floor, and they're going to be checking out the other content as well. I think we've actually also got, I think Dan might be joining us a little bit later because he's wandering around, but he had himself a blood drive appointment, so he's got that to do. And I think Fandom Ventures want to jump in as well. So fingers crossed we'll get them jumping in as well. Andrew Dickinson, Brent Spiner was really funny. Well, I expect nothing less. The man's amazing. Let's have a look at this. Leanne D. This is in regard to Solicitor Smeg. The comment Solicitor put up was, I think the big guys didn't think they would get enough eyes to justify the price of showing up, and the local little guys probably had the same problem. So there's definitely that kind of mid-tier, those with the budget to attend, and then those that don't feel that the outlay was worth it. I kind of see that the reasoning for that mid-tier attendance when it comes to your guests and attendees. So Leanne D saying, Solicitor Meg, as I've been told by someone who works for Image, it was a risk to employees because if someone gets sick, they have to pay. Yeah, I totally get it. I mean, we're going to get into Wales Comic Con in a minute. We'll talk about that very, very soon. I mean, Leanne D is commenting a lot about a couple from Blackpool that thought, well, they just wouldn't put a mask on. There were one or two. I think you're going to find that at pretty much every event. Certainly here in the UK, there is a pocket of real head in the sand kind of attitude, especially when it comes to mandates. They've been asked to do this stuff. They've been told to do this stuff, and they'll still just kind of put their head in the sand. I don't know what else you can say about that. Into the Blue Mister. I forgot to mention it as well. Loved Toby's mask. I'm going to have to send him a message and let him know. It did look amazing. That was rather cool. So yeah, any other comments? Any questions? I mean, like I say, I think we'll have Dan and we'll have Fandom Ventures joining us. Fingers crossed before the end of the hour. So here we go. Right, let's talk about a couple of things then about some shows that have happened. Because now the dust has settled, I do want to get into Wales Comic Con. Wales Comic Con was an event I took part in. It was, look at that big spot. Wales Comic Con, Telford Takeover. Took place last weekend, and it was on the Saturday and Sunday. So we're talking the 20th and the 21st. I was invited as a panel host, and this was a brand new space on the floor of Wales Comic Con at the Telford International Centre, and it was a live lounge. The idea being that it was going to be a second, slightly more relaxed, less informal kind of panel hosting space, where we would have some of the guests come on board. And I actually thought I was going to be running the whole room. I actually thought that was going to be the case all the way through. As it happened, as I arrived there, I discovered that I would be sharing it with the rather excellent Tabitha Lyons. So, okay, fair enough. Then I discovered as we were going through the panels that in actual fact, some of them had been allocated to other people to host. This is when a couple of issues that I had with the con came up. I mean, this is behind the scenes stuff. This is backstage politics stuff. And quite frankly, I'm not going to get into too much of that because it's nothing that's going to impact the audience too much. But a little bit of communication, which thankfully was rectified a little bit better on the Sunday. After a bit of a post-show meeting, I can imagine on the Saturday night, some communication was a little bit dropped and maybe some priorities were a little bit slipped down the line, which did lead to, for example, a Harry Potter panel, which was going to be one of the big popular panels of the day. I was looking out at a seating of around, I think it was 120 seats. Then we had another 80 people stood around and sat there and waiting for this panel, about 200 odd people. And I had to face them down and tell them that it wasn't going to go ahead, which was just a disappointment. It was a shame. Thankfully, like I say, I think people recognized that this space needed a little bit more attention and they picked up the ball a little bit further down the line. Where I think Wales Comic Con let itself down was not the con itself, or at least not the organizers. They went all out. They did double table spacing. They put screens up. They accommodated the guests to everything that they needed in terms of testing, in terms of keeping people's distance, in terms of informing everyone that they have to wear masks for certain individuals. That was fine. However, when it comes to the actual attendees themselves, considering that a mask mandate was not implemented, it wasn't insistent that you had to wear a mask. At which point everyone just turned around and said, right, fine, I'm not going to have to wear a mask then. At which point you had all of those people, and especially on the Saturday as well, when I'm going through the crowd through them all, I felt like a 1% mask wearer. Me and Caroline basically felt like the only sane people in the asylum. It was so disappointing that not the con for not insisting on masks, which would have been, to be fair, great. Not insisting on a negative testing result, which would have also been great. That would have dropped the anxiety all the much. But the fact that the people that walked through the door just went, right, we don't have to wear a mask now. We're still in pandemic. We're still in this thing. And people have just got this kind of real selfish attitude to it. And it was so disappointing to see. Into the Bloomers decided to attend WCC Wales Comic Con on Friday night. Went in Coldplay for the first time as the Rocketeer. So he's masked up. All good. Enjoyed the con, but felt very anxious about the lack of masks and distancing. Left after an hour. I have seen some comments from people who have had photos and signatures taken with some of the American guests, such as Holland, such as Mary McDonnell, such as Edward James Olamos, who were, I can tell you from seeing them and talking to them behind the scenes, they were scared shitless. They were scared shitless of catching COVID. Be stunned they even got on the plane. Be stunned they even got here. At the end of the day, okay, you're going to have a photograph with some people who have got masks on, and it could be anybody. But if that's your priority, considering how few people were wearing masks and how we are at the moment in this country with our numbers, be stunned they even showed their faces, and be grateful for that. I can understand you've put money on the table to have a photograph taken with two people who have got a mask on, and it could be anybody. But that's the deal. That's where we are right now. And if you want to stop that happening in future, you get your double vax and you put your mask on and you get rid of this thing. Am I wrong? I don't think I am. So there was definitely some anxiety. Caroline came down onto the floor for 20 minutes on the Saturday. She went straight back up to the green room again because her anxiety went through the roof. It was such a contrast from Thought Bubble. I had so much high hopes. But it wasn't the convention itself. It wasn't Jamie or anything that anyone was doing in terms of organization. It was definitely the attendees that let the side down on this one. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't want to feel like the Debbie Downer, but it just was so disappointing to see. Speaking of Debbie Downer, okay, I did put a tweet out the other day regarding the change of venue for the Lakes Festival, which is taking place in November next year. It's a show which has established itself as a real Anglais festival that takes over an entire town and has done great guns in the city of Kendal over the course of the last, well, it will be 9 years because next year celebrating their 10-year anniversary. However, for their 10-year anniversary, Lakes are moving, which means they are going to be picking up sticks. They are no longer going to be at the town of Kendal, and they're going to be moving to the shore of Bowness on Windermere. Now, yes, I did put a tweet out, and I did get the name of the town wrong. I said Barnes. I basically made a cock up because there's another town which I just had it in my head. I had no choice. It just went in there, and I tweeted it, and I did actually correct it in a reply later. Basically, to get to Kendal is a little bit of a bugger because it's a little bit out in the sticks. Bowness on Windermere, it's another sort of 15-20 miles east, and yeah, it's going to be even further. and I did a couple of Google Maps searches for trains because I quite like the idea of getting a train to a con nowadays and just kind of taking it easy instead of driving there. And I basically got everyone turning around and saying, "Yeah, don't be a Debbie Downer. Don't be so negative." Okay, I will correct my statement on that because at the end of the day, I've actually DJ'd around Bowness, and it is a gorgeous part of the world. In my post, which I put up on the conventioncollective.com, I actually described it as the UK's Lake Como. Yeah, I'm down with that. So yeah, I get it. It's a very pretty part of the world. Kendal was a very pretty part of the world. Bowness is a very pretty part of the world. So no, I'm looking forward to. I mean, I want to go. I want to check it out. I want to see what they've got coming up. They haven't announced any guests yet. By the way, they have got a date up on the website. So if you want to go to comicartfestival.com, but it's going to be hosted at the Windermere Jetty Museum, and it's going to be over the course of the weekend. Friday the 14th. Oh, it's October. Sorry, Friday the 14th to Sunday the 16th of October. They've got themselves a whole bunch of partners who are going to fund this. So the Arts Council are getting involved, Lake District National Park Authority. They've got themselves quite some big backing. You've got this amazing location that they're going to be taking up as their central hub. They're pairing up with some incredible European and international festivals as well. So you've got the likes of Czech Literary Centre, you've got the Quebec Festival, you've got the French Institute, you've got Philippines Comic Art Festival, lots of very worthy festivals involved. But then again, that's Lakes. It occupies that space in comic art where it takes comic art seriously with a capital S. But no, it's great to have that show and have it in place. Like I say, 14th to the 16th of October 2022. It's the 10th Lakes International Comic Art Festival, and it's going to be quite the show in quite the location. So however much longer it's going to take to get there, it's a case of biting the bullet and just kind of making your way. So there we go. Solicitor Smeg, train, petri dish. Yeah, but I wore my mask and I stayed and kept my distance. Leanne D, I love the trains in the UK. They were wonderful. So there you go. Let's have a look at this. Solicitor Smeg, if your argument is you can't breathe with it on, fine. No con for you. Go to the hospital. Yes, absolutely. Shane Chebsey is watching. We'll try and make the journey. Sir, I know I tweeted it out as a kind of joke about doing a kind of Cliff Richard summer holiday, getting the coaches and dragging people up to Bowness. You know what? If you want to go halves on me, or if you want to help me out with that, I think a lot of people will be up for that. So like ding 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 ding. I mean, we'd be sick of the song about halfway up the M6, but I still think it'd be a great idea to get the coaches going up to Windermere. I think that'd be rather cool. Leanne D, I had a major anxiety attack on Saturday at Thorble. Almost had one on the Sunday. I get it. Because at the end of the day, it was a lot of people. But I think the fact that everyone was double vaccinated and everyone was, with one or two exceptions, wearing their masks, I think it helped a lot. So there we go. Into the Blue Mister, I went to London on the weekend to buy some comic books. A delay on the M4 meant I was stuck in the coach wearing a mask for 11 hours. Yeah, that would do it. That is not going to help your mental health one iota. Yeah, it's not going to be fun at all. Okay, full disclosure. I have the NHS app on my phone. I had a ping on Monday. Yeah, Monday. Stating that I had Bluetooth on the app had recognized that I had been in contact for more than 15 minutes with someone who has tested positive at Wales Comic Con. And all I could think was, I am not surprised. That's all I can say. I've been taking tests all this week. I've been testing negative. I have had a little bit of a cold, but it's just been a cold. I can smell and taste. But I'm not going to lie. we've got the show that's happening in April. I'm hoping I'm invited back, and I'm just hoping that things kind of level out, because it hasn't helped at all. But there we go. So there you go. That's you can check it out. It's at theconventioncollective.com. We've got the news about Lakes Festival reinventing itself by the shore of Bowness on Windermere. Into the Blue Mister. You're not the only one to get pinged from that event, Leonard. I don't doubt it at all. So there we go. Right. So what have I done? I've talked about Wales. Talked about lakes. Is there anything else anyone wants to talk about? I know that Dan wanted to join us. He turned around and said, "Give me 20 minutes." Let me I'm going to message him now. Are you available now? As you can tell, yeah, the cough is still there, but I'm sweating it out, and I'm getting there. Let's see. Anything else anyone wants to talk about? I have not seen Hawkeye yet, which has really kind of disappointed me. I think it's predominantly because I'd like to watch it with Caroline. And Caroline is still at the moment having a lot of issues with her attention span due to long COVID. She's only watching stuff that she knows. So she's watching Community again. She's been watching, what else? Law and Order Criminal Minds, I think she's been watching. So yeah. Oh, hello. Is this breaking news? Shane, is this breaking news, sir? Comicsalopia is back on June 25th. Ooh. Can I be panel host again? Because that was one of the best cons I've ever been to. Yes, please. This is in Comicsalopia in Shrewsbury. Again, another Anglais type of show spread out across the town. Hopefully there'll be a little bit more kind of contained. Exclusive for us. Breaking news. So there you go. If you are watching this, I don't know if you want to start. Listen, Shane, I'm going to be on doing this live stream for a little while longer, so I can't get access to my phone. But if you want to, yeah, I'll post it out. But no, that's great news. I mean, I knew that the plan was for Comicsalopia to be a bi-annually show. So it's going to be every 2 years. But I didn't think that the show, the kind of pandemic year was going to be your break year, your leap year, as it were. I thought it might be next year. I don't know. But listen, it's great to have the news that Comicsalopia is back. Excellent. If you get the chance, go to it. It's that was a lot of fun. And for me, it was that kind of halfway bridge between Lakes and Thought Bubble. You had the kind of the mainstream artists attending, but you also Shane always puts on shows that takes its art seriously and its creators seriously. If not seriously, showing them the proper respect. Does that make sense? There we go. That's fantastic. Excellent stuff. Shane, thank you so much indeed for making it good. What's this? Someone needs to screenshot Leonard there and start a please, sir. Can I have some more meme? Okay. I didn't realize I was. Is it this? Please. There we go. You can screen cap that all you like. Leanne, she's back home now. She's nice and safe. Hopefully her feet are no longer hamburger. Both my PCR tests, I've got home have been negative. Great to hear. Fantastic. Into the Blue Mister. Chips, Indian curry sauce or gravy. Mayo. Look, just don't start. If I'm going for curry sauce or gravy, it's going to be gravy. But it's got to be unbelievable thick gravy, which you can stand a spoon in, which is it's pretty much its own food group with a bit of mint sauce in there. That's just me, but there we go. Yeah, I think Dan is not going to be joining us in time because I do want to kind of wrap this up before the top of the hour. Other stuff to do and all of that, but yeah, is there anything else that anyone else has spotted in the convention news landscape? Tell you what, let's talk about Wales very quickly. Very quickly. So let's just make whitest answer ever. Mayo, really. I know. I think it was Caroline that turned me on to having mayo with my chips. But then I think, she's a bad influence on me. What can I do? What can you say? Yeah, very quickly about Wales Comic Con, and when it comes to the April show, the spring edition of Wales. Fair play to Jane Milner. He is doing everything he can to raise the profile of the comics element of Wales Comic Con. It has perhaps been unfairly tarnished as a pop culture con, as a signatures and photo ops con. And there have been a couple of comic artists that have poo-pooed Wales Comic Con for even asking them to attend. But Jamie is nothing but persistent, and considering that certainly I believe the last one we had, and I believe some of the shows for 2022, James O'Barr may be a regular feature at the Wales shows, which is great. Where is it? Let me show something off. I got my Crow Pop signed by James O'Barr. And he's glitched as well. Happy about that. I don't usually like signing of pops, but I'm sorry, if James O'Barr is going to sign it, I'll get it signed. So there we go. However, like I say, he's doing his best to really ramp up people attending the show. Wales Comic Con, you're going to be having the likes of John McCrae, excellent. You've got Stas, who's going to be second name just slipped out of my head. I don't know why I can't remember his name. Good grief, that's going to hurt. Stas Johnson, I want to say, is going to be showing up. Let's have a look. Have I got that name right? You could tell it's a Sunday, and I really need to get my head out of my ass. Stas Johnson, I got it right. Yeah, Phil Winslade as well has been announced. Hopefully, we'll have some of the mainstays of Wales as well. So you'll have the likes of Grant Perkins, Sonia Leong as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Gary Erskine as well. Hopefully, John Paul Leon is feeling better for April, so he'll be back. But yes, comics legend Mike Perkins is going to be attending Wales Comic Con, which is rather nice. I like the Mike's back in the country, and it's great to have Mike Perkins announced for Wales. I mean, I think Shane's just jumped in that he's going to be coming along. Oh, yeah, here we go. Jane Jebsey. The April show is going to have a lot more comics guests in the event. I'm helping Jamie with that. Some big announcements coming very soon. That's all I can say. They're exclusive for you. Thank you very much indeed, Shane. I know that you and Jamie are doing your best to really kind of cross-pollinate and help each other out. That's great. Mike Perkins moved back to the UK after something like 2 decades working in the US. He's now back in Shrewsbury. He's settling his feet under the table and certainly showing up at a number of conventions here in the UK. But the fact that he showed up at Wales, I think is really going to help. Him and James Barr, the pair of them, I think are really going to help the show be accepted more as a comic related. Oh, there's going to be more comics content at that show, which is never a bad thing. So that's great. That's really good news, Shane. Thank you very much indeed for that. Yeah, another exclusive for you. You know what? You're just too damn generous to me. Thank you so much indeed, sir. Excellent stuff. So, yeah, it's looking great that Wales are doing that, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean, okay, into the blue, mister. Bruce Campbell is attending Wales next April, but I don't think even he will be enough for me to bring me back. Is that because of your experience last weekend? Because I get it. I do get it. I do understand you. Fingers crossed. I mean, I'm going to say something now. The thing is, I've been saying it for the last 18 months. It's April. Maybe things will improve by then. But I've been saying it for that length of time. It's getting a bit ridiculous now. I think, fingers crossed, if I get this link and send it to Dan, he says he's available now. We may get Dan's take on Comic-Con Special Edition. So let's just see what happens. Okay, it streams not. Oh no, there we go. It's nicely solid. Let's get rid of that and say hello to Dan Berry. How are you doing, sir? Oh, signal's a bit weak, Swire. We can hear you. Your camera's gone off. Oh man, I mean, we know what the signal's like in the convention center. How you doing, Dan? Can you hear us? No, he's. It's not just me that has technical issues on this show. It looks like Dan's having his issues as well. We'll stick around for a couple more minutes. You never know. Yeah, Leandy is saying it's the birthday boy. If you want to go to Fat Joe, so that's FATJ00, and wish Dan a birthday. It was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Dan. Dan is the senior editor of the Convention Collective, and what he has done with the site over the years when we've been running this thing, he's just done us so proud. So thank you very much indeed, and a happy birthday to you, Dan. Are we going to get the chance to wish him all the best, considering that he's kind of vanished again? I think his signal is so incredibly poor. That's a shame. Oh, Veronica, I'm at SDCC wandering around the floor. Can you jump on the stream? What's your internet like? Can you give us your thoughts on it, Veronica? We'd love to have you on board. Let's see if we can extend it just a couple more minutes, 10-15 minutes. Dan seems to be really struggling with his signal. What a shame. What a shame. Veronica, if you want to get in contact with us, I will send you the link and you can jump on, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, just to tell us your thoughts and let us know what you're up to around the show. Seems okay. Dan is back in the room. No sound. Oh no, here we go. How you doing, Dan? Can you hear us, sir?
I can't hear anything you're saying.
Oh man, okay. That's a shame because we can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now. I just have to put the phone next to my head.
Ah, right, okay. I mean, I can imagine it's very loud in there.
Very.
Yeah. And our survey said, what how have you made of it?
It feels very much along the lines of somewhere between WonderCon and Long Beach Comic Con, where it's not as crowded, but it still is a nice crowd.
Okay. It's great of you to show us the ceilings again. I do love Dan's obsession with ceilings.
Is that better?
It's great. Yeah, that's the one.
Sorry.
There we go. But I mean, we have the stream from Toby and from Cook, for Chuck and Toby. Yeah, it's another hour in. It's still not picked up in terms of numbers. It's still very loose and free and open. I think that's rather cool.
I mean, if you notice, the aisleways are a lot bigger this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot more manageable.
Excellent. Your thoughts yourself? How's your weekend been? Oh, and happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. It's going good. I picked up a bunch of sketches, which I'll post later. And I'm going to pick up another sketch today. I ran into another Englishman who's in San Diego. I think you know him.
Would that be Graham Small by any chance?
No.
Oh, the other one, Graham.
No.
Oh, God almighty. Go on.
Rich.
All right. Oh, Rich Johnson. Oh, yes, Rich is there. Yes, he mentioned this at Thought Bubble he was going.
Yeah, so I ran into him, and he goes, "I'm the true Englishman in San Diego."
Oh, really? Okay. I'll be having words. I'll be having words.
Yep. Right now, I'm heading down towards the Artist Alley area, just kind of walking the middle of the floor. Do you want me to swing by any booths, or?
No, I mean, I think we kind of got a sense of it from earlier. I think it's just more your take on it and what your thoughts. Yeah, how's it been for yourself? How's it felt?
It felt very, very low key, but still nice.
Okay. In terms of the guests, because we're kind of the way that we kind of get sensing it, the real indie and low budget people haven't showed up because they just haven't been able to afford it. At the end of the day, it's still San Diego Comic-Con. And the highball bunch have not showed up because they felt that it's not worth the outlay. So you've had this kind of mid-tier group that have had the chance to shine. Does that make sense?
That sounds about right. Yeah, where it's not like the super A levels, but it's not D level either.
Fair enough. I mean, it looks amazing. I mean, the kind of things that you've seen, what's been the highlights for you?
Just wandering the exhibit floor without being too crowded.
That's that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was going to say that's the biggest thing you've taken away from it, but it is a big thing. It's a big thing that you can do that,
and look how
it doesn't
right here.
feel crowded.
And look how wide this aisle is.
Wow. Yeah, into the Blue Mister. I could go crazy with my unicycle on that floor.
Yeah, but I've actually seen people with skateboards.
Oh, good Lord. Really?
Well, yeah. Well, he was a disabled person, so he was using skateboard as like to wheel him around.
Incredible. We had some people asking about the Artist Alley and how that's been standing out. Is that a stronger element of the floor now, or is it the same kind of percentage?
Yeah, it's about. I mean, here's the Artist Alley right here, right in front of me, but it's probably about 100 different artists.
Okay. Karma Savage says my friend's booth is at BB12. Oh, very good.
I don't know where that is. Oh, Artist Alley BB12. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm almost there.
Veronica's saying lots of space. Excellent stuff. Never thought. Oh, this is Sir Lister Snake. Never thought I'd see an SDCC event, and my first urge would be to grab a skateboard.
What did you say? Sorry.
Never thought I'd see an SDCC event, and my first urge would be to grab a skateboard. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Here's your buddy Patrick.
Hello, Mr. Ballesteros. How are you doing, Squire? Okay. Oh.
So you can see the Artist Alley.
Bear with me a second. Hey, Google, turn on the dining room light. There we go. Yeah, you turn the lights off and it turned the whole lights off. No worries. Sarita Pearson looks so pleasant and non-hectic.
Sorry, it looks like the device hasn't been set up yet.
Oh, dear Lord. Okay. Right. Okay. Right.
Going to bed. Shit shower.
Thank you for that. Okay. Right. Okay. I mean, it looks amazing. It looks really.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely gone into the nighttime mode here, so bear with me. No, but it looks amazing. It looks the fact that you can walk around. And we had Chuck describe it as kind of like how Comic-Con. You know, when people describe how they want Comic-Con to be, this is how it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The aisles are so huge.
The what?
The aisles are so huge.
Yes, which I'm loving.
Outstanding. Outstanding. What's your plans for today, sir?
Just wander around the exhibit floor. That's about it. Maybe hit a couple panels up, but other than that, no, not much planned. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Just turning the light back on.
Cool.
So there we go. So yeah, we know that Aftershock is there. We know Scout is there. We know Aspen is there. Are there publishers that have shown their face?
Top Cow.
Oh, Top Cow's there. Okay.
Yeah, and that's about
so
it.
Matt Hawkins is showing his face.
Yep. And those are the biggest ones. Then a bunch of like smaller indie ones in the small press area.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah. Solicitor Smeg, what were you saying about technical issues? You may not be the only one to have them, but you're definitely the most frequent. Yes, but it's not usually lights. This is a first. So, okay. We're getting there. Anyway. Cool. Well, I mean, listen, we asked the question for Chuck and Toby. We'll ask you pros and cons. What, for you, hasn't the special edition quite nailed the landing on?
they've nailed pretty much everything. I mean, the panels are cool. It's just none of them really, only a few of them interested me, but there's panels for everybody.
Brilliant. And the big positive?
Be positive. Less crowds, bigger aisles.
And I'm guessing the chance to actually talk to people.
One more time.
The chance to talk to people, talk to actual people over the other side of the table.
Yeah, easily. Yes, much easier to talk to people.
Excellent stuff indeed. Listen, it's looked amazing. It's a shame that we haven't had so much of an online thing. So we haven't. I think this is the only chance that a live stream where we've actually seen the floor. But do you feel this is something that they could do now on an annual basis?
If they want to, yeah.
Yeah. And I think they've hit the tone. What I'm hoping is that this, if it is a regular thing, that this doesn't end up being just an experiment and then it just explodes, like the main con.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. But no, it's great to see. I mean, the aisles look amazing. It's great to see so many people in masks. Thank you. Thank you.
I think like 99% of the people were in masks.
That's what we like to see. Excellent stuff. Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, Dan, I'm going to let you get off. Enjoy the rest of your birthday cake and your birthday weekend.
Thank you.
And your time at Special Edition. And by the way, congratulations on giving blood as well.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you, man. Bravo.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff. Right, I'll let you get off. Enjoy the rest of it. Things you've got happening today?
2 different panels. One, the Jim Starlin Dreadstar panel, and then the Unnecessary Debates panel.
Excellent stuff. You got yourself a nice busy day. That's what I'd like to see. Let's see. We've got Veronica N. There's someone in line behind me who's on a skateboard and crunches.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Solicitor Smeg, that's called extreme multitasking. Excellent stuff indeed. Right, listen. Dan, get off. Enjoy the rest of your show. Thank you so much indeed for showing this. I mean, like I say, I've been wanting to see what the actual result of this experiment has been like, and it looks like it's been an absolute success.
Yes, easily.
Brilliant stuff. And I'm looking forward to seeing any pictures that you get posted up. Looking forward to seeing the results of your labor, sir.
Sounds good. I've got pictures of all the offsites too.
Results. That's what we like to see. Excellent stuff. Right. Karma Savage reminds you, go to BB12, Dan. Velour and Vellum, Hi Priscilla, Waves, great merch.
Oh, yeah. I was already at her booth and said hi to her.
There you go. Already meeting of minds. That's what we like to see. Excellent stuff. Dan, take care. Enjoy the rest of your show, man.
Cool. Thank you once again, Leonard.
All right, mate. Look after yourself.
Bye.
Bye-bye. How cool is that? When it works, it works well. And I get this feeling that this is not going to be a one-off. We've had too many positive feedbacks from it. Again, I hope that it doesn't just balloon and become a monster, but a Thanksgiving show. Yeah, it seems to have worked, doesn't it? That's rather cool. Let's have a look at this. We've got ourselves a comment that was mentioned earlier that someone brought up. Yeah, Karma Savage reminds us that Emerald City Comic Con is next weekend. If you are attending, let us know. We would love to see what Emerald City ends up looking like. No, looking very good indeed. That was a great live. That was a great. I know we had a couple. Someone turned around and say great live stream, but I'm going to pat myself on the back on that one. That was fun. It was great. It was good to get that news out about Comixolopia, talk about Wales, talk about lakes, and see some great footage from outside and inside of San Diego Comic-Con Special Edition. The little con that could. Excellent. That's what we like to see. So there you go. That's our show for today. Thank you so much indeed for joining us. I've made this one a full free one. I haven't cut it off for Patreon. But please do support us on the Patreon page because it really does help allow us to pay our writers and keep doing whatever else we're doing. Oh, okay. We've got that as well. Is that happening next weekend as well? Oh, okay. We've got Emerald City and LA Comic Con. Who was it? There was somebody that had posted a little bit further up and said it's great that we're getting to talk about cons again. Yeah, you're right. And it does seem that we're back into it at full force, doesn't it? Again, stay safe. Get that vaccination. Get that booster jab. Do what you need to do. At the end of the day, yeah, we've got Karma Savage. It was fun footage. Absolutely. Damn right. Liam D, give my love to Caroline. Tell her I miss her so much. Very much so. I will do. Even though she gave me the cold, she's still kind of got it. I am currently downing vitamin C like there's no tomorrow and trying to sweat it out as much as I can with cycle rides. At least the voice is getting back to some kind of normality. Ian, the bus driver. Hello there, Ian. How are you doing, sir? Getting my booster next month. Mine is next month as well. So, yeah, let's mask up, boost, and let's do what we can to just kick this thing into touch because it's needed. So there we go. Right. Listen, thank you very much indeed for watching. If you've enjoyed this show, and quite frankly, if you've been a regular, I'm sure you've enjoyed it. If you are brand new to the channel, you're brand new to the show, I really hope you've enjoyed it. Like, comment below. You don't just have to mention in the chat to the right. Just mention below. Tell us what your highlights, your thoughts on San Diego Comic-Con Special Edition, your thoughts on Lakes moving to Bowness. Maybe you're from that neck of the woods. What's your thoughts on it moving a little bit further afield or moving up in that neck of the woods? At the end of the day, I like I say, I called it Como, the UK's Lake Como. And at the end of the day, Lake Como apparently ain't that easy to get to. So tell us what your thoughts of that. Yes, what were your thoughts of Wales Comic Con? Were you an attendee? Were you seeing any kind of the footage coming out of it? Is it something that can be improved? Where can we go? Because there were so many positives that came out of the show and so many negatives. And the positives came from the organizers and the negatives came from the actual people on the floor. That was the shame. That's our show. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It tells you when we're live each and every Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. GMT. From myself, from Chuck Cook, from Toby, from Dan, and also from everyone else who's chimed in with their comments today. It's been an absolute blast talking cons with you. Till next week, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.